Good morning. Ball State brought back homecoming in full force this year, how this year's events are different than last homecoming. Plus, we'll break down what has happened throughout the week and what events you can expect coming up. And this week marks the 5th anniversary of Cardinal Weather's first broadcast. We'll reflect on the years of weather, health, and news coverage, and take a look at where our alumni are today. And football forecast, what weather you can expect when the Cardinals face off against Miami this weekend. Our weather team will time out all the details, so get the coffee ready and open up those eyes. You're waking up with Cardinal Weather.
From Ball State Unified Media, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, live from the Ball State Weather Center.
Good Friday morning to you. You're waking up with Cardinal Weather. I'm Anna Chalker. And to start off this morning, Ball State's homecoming returned this year after coronavirus caused last year's events to be delayed until the spring semester. The celebration kicked off on Monday, and it's not quite over yet. Waking up with Cardinal Weather's Philip Shorzay, Grace Bankowski, and Hope Kleitch are outside Schumann Stadium right now to explain what homecoming events are still to come. Plus, a special guest joined them this morning. Good morning, guys.
Hi, we're live outside Schumann Stadium, where the Ball State Cardinals are currently in preparation for this weekend's homecoming game. And they aren't the only spirited Cardinals out here this morning.
We are here with Charlie Cardinal this morning. He's been out this week at all the homecoming events. Charlie, show us how excited you are about homecoming.
There you go, Charlie.
Very excited, and so are we. There have already been so many homecoming events this week. And here's a rundown of what's going to be happening both today and for the rest of the weekend. This afternoon, racers will take to Riverside Avenue, where they'll be competing in the bed races. This is the 42nd annual bed race. There will be groups competing in several heats for the fastest time. The winners of each of those heats will compete in a final round to be named the bed race champion. There will also be awards given out for the best costume. I will be live with Joey Moore covering the bed races, and those will start at noon today on Riverside.
You'll be sure to tune into that, and as well as the Chase Charlie 5K will be starting Saturday morning at 9:45. The race will start at Muncie City Hall and will end at Emmons Auditorium. You can register online for the run for $30, or you could also register before the race starts outside Emmons, starting at 8:30. Kids younger than 13 can also register to race in the Kitty 100, and registration for that race is $25 per runner.
And if you want to be part of one of Ball State's oldest homecoming traditions, the Ball State Parade will be starting at 10 o'clock. This year's theme is Fly Your Way Back Home. You can view the race, or the parade, pardon me, at Muncie Central High School on Walnut Street in the Village, or over on McKinley Avenue as they make their way over to the stadium.
And with all of this homecoming events happening this weekend, you're going to want to make sure that you're repping your Ball State gear. I know we got our gear up, we got our red and black on today, and you'll want to know what's happening, and Charlie wants to see all that gear, isn't that right? Yeah, bring it on.
Make sure you're showing your support for your Cardinals, and we're hoping that it's going to be great weather out there for all of these events. What can you tell us?
It's going to be great weather all weekend. We do have the occasional drizzle chance for this for today, unfortunately. But it's occasional, and temperatures will be in the mid-50s for the bed races, so a great time to be out for the bed races. Tomorrow morning for the 5K, we'll be hovering in the 40s, but those clouds will start to decrease throughout the day, and by the time the parade comes around at 10 o'clock, it will be also in the mid-40s, but those clouds decreasing, and then during tailgate, those clouds will be decreasing, leading to partly sunny conditions and topping out around 56 degrees by game time at 3:30. So great time to be outside, and sunshine for tomorrow until rain chances enter the picture once again going into the next week, unfortunately.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a great game day.
Yeah, definitely. Good fall weather.
Yeah, I'm excited for my first homecoming. I can't wait to be tailgating out there and then going to the game later. I'll be also participating in the 5K, and I'm super excited for that.
Looking forward to cheer you on. Thanks so much. Back to you, Anna.
Thanks, guys, and we will be getting back to them later in the show to talk more about homecoming trivia and other events going on with this weekend. Now, coats on them this morning. I know it was chilly this morning. Are we going to need them throughout the rest of the day and for the rest of the week?
Yes, we are going to need it for the rest of the day. I kind of going to miss summer here because, I like the 70 and 80 degree temperatures,
Yes.
but unfortunately, we're not going to see too much of 70 to 80 degree temperatures as you see right here on this forecast this morning. You're going to see that we're going to be struggling to try to get to the 60s today as you're going to take a look at these temperatures right now. Right now, we're sitting in the 50s. In most areas. We're not going to be moving too much as we go throughout the day. We'll see that more on my full forecast. But 50 degrees right now in Indianapolis. Muncie is sitting at 50 degrees. But the cool spots, Fort Wayne is at 44 degrees. And Kokomo is at 47 degrees at this hour. Take a look at the next 12 hours, pardon me. And you're going to see that it's not going to move too much. Temperatures are going to stay pretty much the same here as we go throughout the day, and that's because we have those clouds and maybe a few occasional sprinkles as well as we go throughout the day as well. Now, you look at the temperature. We don't have any sprinkles on the radar right now. We just pretty much have clouds in the area. We have some clouds. We got some few passing showers, but that's just the radar picking up some additional things. Now, we take a look at what's coming up for the 7-day full forecast. We got 60s for next week. 60s pretty much most of all next week. We also got rainy conditions as well for tomorrow, and not tomorrow, for Sunday, and pretty much most of next week as we have an unsettled weather pattern. And the only day that we have coming up that we're going to have dry and sunny conditions, that's tomorrow. And that's all we have coming up in my full forecast.
Ryan, thank you. And even though homecoming still has many events left to come, there have already been several events throughout the week, so let's go ahead and take a check at those. On Monday, there was a food truck festival in the village. It featured live music and food from fish to barbecue to even tacos. The outdoor event marked the start of homecoming with community members and Ball State students and faculty. The homecoming committee held a campus-wide dinner Wednesday at Woodworth. The goal of the event was for new students to meet others on campus. The dining hall provided a special meal that fit with the homecoming theme of Fly Your Way Back Home. And Ball State's Air Jam happened last night at Emmons Auditorium. 20 teams performed in the annual dance and lip sync competitions. Ultimately, Outlet was the team that came out on top. Air Jam is one of Ball State's oldest homecoming traditions that started back in 1987. The search for Brian Laundrie is over. Yesterday, the FBI used dental records to confirm that skeletal remains found at a Florida nature reserve belonged to Laundrie. The search for Laundrie stretched for over a month nationwide. Laundrie disappeared a few days before authorities in Wyoming found his fiance's remains. Her death was ruled a homicide by strangulation. Laundrie was never charged in her death, but he was indicted for allegedly using 2 financial accounts that did not belong to him in the days following her murder. Laundrie's cause of death has not yet been determined. Moderna's booster, Johnson & Johnson's booster, and the possibility of mix and match boosters have all been FDA authorized. If the CDC's vaccine advisors give the thumbs up, it's up to the CDC's director to make recommendations, and shots can be in the arms in just a matter of days. Evidence of wanting vaccine immunity is what the FDA says drove its decision here. But for now, boosters are for only for people 65 and older and at certain risk groups. That can soon change.
I think that data is really emerging that people over 40 probably would benefit. And over time, I can imagine even younger people getting it.
State officials are recommending that your power bill shouldn't change. Indiana Michigan Power announced in July that it wanted to increase rates by 6.5%. This power company said the change would improve their technology and reliability. A member of the Indiana Utility Consumer Council said that the company has, quote, not made the case for increase at this time. They recommend to state regulators that the increase should be denied. I&M has received a rate increase in 2018 and then again in 2020. Just ahead, we'll take another look outside of Schumann Stadium with some homecoming trivia. That's right after your weather now and a message from a Cardinal Weather alum.
Hey there, this is Gabe Pro, former executive producer, anchor, and weather producer for Waking Up with Cardinal Weather. Happy anniversary. It is so unbelievable to see how much the show has grown over time. And for me, it is one of the reasons why I'm standing where I am right here. I'm currently the weekend evening meteorologist at ABC 21 in Fort Wayne, Indiana at WPTA. And the show helped me really get more camera time on air, helping me just become better on air, as well as teaching me how to produce. That's one of the things I do here at ABC 21, producing some of the newscasts, working on special projects, things like that. All those skills that I learned, while also having a little bit of fun, waking up with Cardinal Weather, really were so important, helping me to get where I am here today. And I'm also working with a lot of great Waking Up with Cardinal Weather alums here. Liz Sefchek, now known as Liz Braden, Tyler Brummett, Natasha Leland, all people who were key players in the show, now here also at WPTA in Fort Wayne. And I'm looking forward to see where the show goes in the future.
Gabe, thank you. 8:11 on this Friday morning, and we're continuing our homecoming celebration. This week is also extra special for us because it's Cardinal Weather's 5th anniversary of being founded. It's also the 95th annual homecoming. Grace, Phillip, and Hope are going to come back live for us to share some fun facts about homecoming, Ball State, and the city of Muncie. Guys?
Thanks, Anna. We are back, and we're going to do a little bit of Ball State trivia. I'm here with Charlie, Phillip, and Hope, and we're going to see how well they know Ball State history. All right, guys, so starting out, first question. How many years has Ball State celebrated homecoming?
Do you know this one, Hope?
I know Ball State's been here for like 100 years,
Okay,
so I'm gonna go with 95.
You putting in an answer?
I'm with 95.
Okay, 95 is correct.
Let's go!
95 this year.
Woo!
All right, question number 2. How many MAC conferences has Ball State won?
One.
One, exactly.
Yep.
Reigning
Yes.
champs.
Let's go, running it back.
Won against Buffalo, and we lost to them back in 2008, but have lost only 2 other times on tiebreakers. So number 3, what was the first building on Ball State's campus?
Oh, it's the one over on the North Quad, the Yellow Administration Building.
Administration Building, correct. Number 4, what was Ball State named when it was first founded?
I'm not from Indiana. I don't know this one. I know.
I know this one. It's East Indiana Normal School?
Almost had it. Eastern Indiana Normal University.
It's
close,
fine.
pretty
Close.
Number 5, back in 1927, our sports team started to be called the Cardinals, but what were they called before then?
This one's all you, Phillip.
We had T-shirts from my freshman year. They were the Hoosieroons.
Yes, that's exactly what they were.
All right.
They actually had a newspaper contest to find out a new name, but a professor was the one who came up with Cardinals.
All right.
So number 6, how many games has a football team won so far this year?
4.
4 is a magic number.
Let's go, Cardinals.
Next question. Most of the buildings on campus are made of brick, but which ones aren't?
Well, the administration building's one.
And then the Theater Pruis Hall.
Got one of them. Elliott Hall and Pruis Hall are both made of Indiana limestone.
Okay.
And one last question for us today. How many players are on Ball State's football team?
It's over 100.
I'm going to go with 115.
You are so close, Hope. It is 117.
Oh,
That's
close.
been a pretty good run.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to throw it back to the studio for some more news and weather.
Thanks, guys. And I know we were talking about the chilly local weather here. What's going on nationally? Is it colder for them, hotter for them? What's going on?
Well, it's going to be pretty much the same. It's going to be colder for them as well. And we also going to have to worry about severe weather outlook in some areas as well in the Midwest. And I will be showing you in just a few moments as we go to our national weather right now. And we're going to see, first of all, we're going to see those temperatures right now. You're going to see how cold it is, Ann. And so we go right here, and you look at Billings, 40 degrees right now is their current temperature. Minneapolis is 36 degrees at this hour. Kansas City is also in the 30s at 39 degrees. Now Dallas is at 60 and Los Angeles is at 59 degrees at this hour. Now you take a look at tomorrow's highs, you're going to see that the temperatures is going to be pretty toasty, 86 degrees. That's where I want to be right now. In Dallas, 62 degrees in Kansas City, but no, don't want to be in Minneapolis at 49 degrees for the temperature tomorrow. Let me take a look at this radar. It's pretty clear out there right now. We got a few disturbances here, and we're going to have some disturbances in the Pacific Northwest, but that will eventually change as we see a severe weather outlook. So we might see some active weather pop up as we go through the course of the weekend and into next week. Now you take a look at, speaking of the severe weather, look at the outlook for today. Now Kansas City and parts of Oklahoma, they are in the marginal risk of severe weather. That's a 1 out of 5. So we got to keep an eye for the skies for that as well. Now for tomorrow, you're going to see that expand a little bit as we go a little further northeast. St. Louis is going to get on some of this thunderstorm activity as well, as Kansas City is going to be in a slight risk of severe weather, and it's going to span a little bit closer to us on Sunday as well, as you see that we are in an enhanced risk of severe weather. So we're going to have to watch out for potential severe storms as we go throughout Sunday as well. This is where it begins to fall unsettled pattern, and we're going to be getting into. If you take a look at the high temperature for today, 63 degrees, in Kansas City. Again, I want to be in Dallas at 84 degrees, and also in Miami Beach at 82 degrees. So we are looking at some pretty warm weather down south, but we're not going to see too much warm weather as we go further north. As you've seen those temperatures there in Minneapolis and in Kansas City, we're in the 30s. So, I mean, I can't complain about it.
I'm glad we're not in the 30s just yet. I need this break of 60s before we get them over down in the 30s.
We will eventually get to those 30s, but yeah, we are enjoying the 60s right now. Well, we're not going to see a whole lot of sunshine over here, but they're going to be experiencing some severe weather in the Midwest, so they're going to have to watch out for that as well.
Okay. I still can't believe that it's 86 in Texas for them, and we're still in the 40s.
Yes, that's too bad for us.
But it's absolutely crazy.
I'd rather be there than here.
Yes.
That's my type of weather.
Yes, well, Ryan, thank you. And since its eruption 1 month ago, Spain's La Palma volcano continues to cause damage on the island. Streams of molten lava have destroyed huge amounts of land, and plumes of smoke have heightened air pollution, forcing residents to stay inside or evacuate their homes. But not everything is negative after the eruption of the volcano. Authorities are allowing tourists to view the volcano from a safe distance. And a major health warning on climate change from a new report. Researchers say the climate is set to have a code red impact on human health, and they say it'll be getting worse. Mandy Gaither has more on the climate's effects on the people in today's Health Minute.
As Republicans and Democrats continue to grapple over the climate crisis,
we know the wildfires, hurricanes, that there is a climate crisis.
We have good ideas, and we intend to get a seat at the climate table and be productive with our ideas.
A report published in the Lancet Medical Journal predicts droughts will hurt food production, rising temperatures will encourage the spread of dangerous pathogens like malaria and cholera, and current climate trends indicate a code red for future health. In a 6-month period in 2020, the report says more than 51 million people were impacted by 84 disasters, from floods, droughts, and storms in countries already struggling with COVID-19. It says climate change contributed to more than 1,000 deaths during a record-breaking heat wave in the U.S. Pacific Northwest. The authors writing, the 2021 report of the Lancet Countdown finds a world overwhelmed by an ongoing global health crisis, which has made little progress to protect its population from the simultaneously aggravated health impacts of climate change. In an editorial with the report, authors say succumbing to the climate emergency is not inevitable, but change is necessary. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
In just a moment, we're talking football, breaking down the Cardinal lineup, this season's scores, and what you can expect of Saturday's game. That's after a message from Myths.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
Happy 5 years, Cardinal Weather. I'm Natasha Leland, a former executive producer and weather forecaster for the show. Cardinal Weather meant so much to me and even led me to my current career path. I really did enjoy waking up at 5 a.m. every Friday because I got to hang out with some amazing people and geek out about the weather, get some great experience, and eat the occasional donut. Right now, I am the weekday morning producer at WPTA ABC 21 in Fort Wayne. Instead of getting up at 5 a.m., I'm going into work at 11 p.m., but it's all in good fun, and I work with a lot of Cardinal Weather alumni. I've seen the show since I've graduated in the spring, and I've got to say, it's looking great. All the on-air talent, everyone behind the scenes. The show is in great hands, and I'm really excited to see where it goes this year and in the future, and where everyone involved goes. Cheers to 5 years, Cardinal Weather. Thanks for the memories.
Natasha, thank you. 8:21 on this Friday morning, and continuing our homecoming celebration, we're prepping for Saturday's big game when the Cardinals face off Miami. Bryce Dimsevich and Amy Newman are in the studio explaining how this year's season is different from any other.
Thank you, Anna. I am Andy Newman, joined alongside
Bryce Dimsevich, and we're going to dive right into some of the homecoming events that are happening leading up to the football game this weekend. We're going to talk about the bed races that are happening today.
Staple of the Ball State community. Oh, yeah.
Absolute staple, one of the best events we have all week. It's going to be going on for 41 years today.
Yeah,
that is
nuts. Since
unbelievable.
1980,
I know.
1980. I have a couple friends whose parents went here, and they did it. So
I know.
it's definitely a pretty storied history.
Pretty crazy. Now we're going to give a little background and detail for some people at home that might not know exactly what the bed races are. 5 people to a team. There's going to be 4 people on each of the legs of the bed pushing, and 1 actually riding on the bed. It's going to start at the football field long course.
Yeah, 100 yards long.
100 yards long.
Doesn't know.
2 teams at a time, so it's not super chaotic. And I've heard that there's going to be some nice awards for the winners here.
I've gotten some insider information that I definitely didn't just look up on the internet. There will be plaques for the winners of the divisions, and then there will also be a trophy for the overall winner and for the best decorated bed. I don't really know how you can decorate a bed.
We'll find out.
I guess I'll find out at about 12 o'clock today.
That's right. Yeah, it's going to be great. Now, moving on, we have Chasing Charlie?
Chasing Charlie tomorrow morning at 9:45. Kind of an interesting start, but right before the parade.
Yeah.
9:45 a.m. It's going to be a 5K long race along the parade route. And it'll end over at Emmons Auditorium. And now I do have some beef with Charlie. I was at a football
Me
game,
too.
and he made me lose a Connect 4 game. So I might have to chase after him if I decide that I want to get up at that point in time. But,
Yeah, now moving on to the last event leading up to the football game, you mentioned the parade. It is a very nice, humble event. It's going to be starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's going to see lots of university organizations as well as some organizations from around the city of Muncie. And I've heard that there's even going to be some horses.
Oh, yes, horses. So exciting. I can't wait to see the horses on the parade route.
Yeah, so make sure people tread lightly and don't step on anything too nasty.
Oh, yeah. But obviously the crown jewel of all this weekend's events is going to be the football game, which is going to be kicking off at 3:30 tomorrow. And obviously Ball State coming into this game red hot, winning all three of their last games against Army, Eastern Michigan, and Western Michigan. Huge win against Western Michigan. And it's going into the game is going to be the Red Bird rivalry, is what it is called. 90-year-old rivalry.
Crazy.
Since 1931. Our sports director, Vinny Monterano, couldn't figure out that it's 90 years. And to figure between 1931 and,
Classic
2021. But hey, you gotta love Vinny. But yeah, obviously it's going to be a very big game. Miami, Ohio, not the best this season, only 3-4, with losses coming to actually the 3 teams that we just beat: Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, and Army. But then also another loss to Minnesota.
Yeah, so heading into this game, I'm expecting to see some consistency on the end of Drew Plitt. He's had some great momentum coming into this week, and I think that he can do a really good job finding his receivers and just really picking apart this defense of Miami of Ohio. Also, I think it's going to be extremely key for our secondary on our defense to hopefully lock down that passing game of Miami of Ohio. And the last key for me is we've had times throughout the season where we've struggled to put the ball in the end zone, make long drives down the field.
Red zone efficiency is 100%
exactly,
needed,
and can't finish off with a touchdown, settling for field goals a lot. So hopefully going into this game, we can make these long drives and convert with these touchdowns. Now, what are you thinking about for keys to the game?
Oh yeah, my keys to the game. Obviously, you gotta have to feed your two biggest guys, Justin Hall and Johannes Tyler. Johannes Tyler having a fantastic second leg of the season. Kind of starting off a little iffy, but now getting into it, it's getting some good yards. Obviously, you got to feed Justin. Justin is one of the greatest players of Ball State history at this point.
Yeah.
So you got to feed him the ball, give that man the ball. It should be going super well there. Another key to the game that I have, obviously, staying solid on defense.
Absolutely.
We really need to lock down and figure out what in the world we're going to be, how to stop them from scoring. Last week, obviously not a fantastic performance. They scored 31. It's the most points that we've scored or had scored against the MAC opponent this year, outside of Wyoming and Penn State. But yeah, definitely need to shore up on defense and make sure that they're holding them to maybe under 20 points. I think that would be
that's a good amount. Yeah,
a good
absolutely.
goal. And then obviously the last thing that I have is offensive execution in the end zone,
Yes.
like you had talked about before. Definitely something that we need to figure out and
All right, well, I think it was a great talk, but that's all from us over here at Sports. Back to you, Anna, at the desk.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, guys. And every event that they were talking about, I think it's been the perfect weather it's going to be for this weekend. And it has been for this week for everything that they're doing outside and stuff. And I know tomorrow is the only day of sunshine we're getting.
Yes, tomorrow's the only day we're going to get sunshine.
The universe knows that it is homecoming weekend.
Yes, I think I think that they know this is going to be a good game. It's an exciting event for us, so they're going to do something about it because it's going to be an enjoyable game as well tomorrow when they face off against the Miami or Ohio. But unfortunately, that's going to be the only day that you're going to see sunshine and dry weather as well. And I'll get to that on my forecast in just a bit. But look at these temperatures right now. We're at 50 degrees in Muncie, 50 degrees in Indianapolis, 47 degrees. Still cool up there in Kokomo, and Fort Wayne is still sitting at 44 degrees at this hour. Now you take a look at those temperature changes. From yesterday, we was almost at 60 degrees at this time. A high temperature occurred early in the day yesterday, and you can see with these temperatures here, 14 degrees cooler than we were at this time yesterday in Muncie, 15 in Fort Wayne, and 14 degrees in Kokomo. 14 degrees colder than it was at this time in Kokomo than it was at this time yesterday. So for the next 8 hours, you're going to see that, again, we're not going to be going up very much in temperatures. We're going to be in the mid to upper 50s, and those clouds and the rain is going, the drizzle is going to keep our temperatures down, as you will see in the 7-day forecast. Now take a look at the radar. We don't have nothing going on right now. The radar is pretty clear. We do have some clouds in the area. It is cloudy out there as we start off our Friday morning. But I'm going to zoom it out here a little bit. We have a few disturbances over here. This pretty much this cold front is pretty much what's cool us off. We also have the secondary cold front that's come through the area as well, and that's pretty much going to be give us these clouds and these sprinkles up around here and bring us some rain and we're going to see those rain showers come into our area this weekend, especially on Sunday as we go through Sunday and early next week. And we're going to have an unsettled weather pattern, so I'll show you here on this precision cast. As you see here on Sunday, you'll see that we have these rain showers here. And it's not going to be that bad until we get to later on Monday morning. We're going to see some embedded yellows here that's going to be bringing some heavy rain on with us as well. And then we're going to see that move out on Tuesday. So then we have another round later on in the week, which you will see on my 7-day forecast. Now you take a look at that wind, because we also have the wind as well that's going to be a factor as well. You're going to see that the wind is going to be around 5 to 10 miles an hour as we go through tomorrow. But we're going to ramp up those wind gusts as we go through the course of the weekend. You're going to see here, we are up here almost 40 miles an hour in the Muncie area. In some areas further east, it's going to see mid 30-mile-an-hour winds as well. So we're going to have those wind gusts that's going to be a factor as well. So keep that in mind as you go out to the game as well tomorrow. For tonight, you're going to see it's going to be mostly cloudy. A low of 44 degrees, winds out of the west at 5 miles an hour. You take a look at that bed race you're going to see later on this afternoon. You're going to see that we're going to be at 56 degrees for a high, winds out of the north at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Make sure you bring that jacket when you go out. And you take a look at the weekend forecast. Again, 56 degrees tomorrow. Today, partly, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the dry day, 59 degrees. And Sunday is going to begin that unsettled weather pattern at 61 degrees. You're also going to see that in our rain pattern as well. As we go through and see that we're going to be pretty much rain-free rain as we go throughout the course of the week. You're going to take a look at that 7-day forecast. Rain. Something I know we're not going to enjoy. But fortunately, we do have that dry day on Saturday, so that at least Mother Nature knows it's cooperating with us.
Yes.
And I like that. And everybody's going to like that. We don't have to worry about that rain jacket, but we do have to worry about that heavier jacket and sweater if you want to stay warm.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's now officially feeling like fall because football season means fall, and I'm just glad we're having sun tomorrow.
Yes.
That's all we need for that game.
Yes, at least one day.
Yes. Well, thank you, Ryan. And in just a moment, some fur-covered friends are planning to celebrate Halloween. That's after your weather now.
From the heart of Ball State to the heart of your community, NewsLink Indiana brings you local and state news you care about. We pride ourselves with giving you the most reliable news coverage, stories that affect you, linking you to the community each night on air and online. NewsLink Indiana, bringing news to the heart of your community.
Hi. You got a second? Okay, great. Remember when we were younger and we would wake up really early every Friday morning, and around 8 o'clock we would say, get the coffee ready and open up those eyes? Well, those were some great times. Who am I kidding? I'm not Steve from Blues Clues. My name is Tyler Brummett. I am a former member of Waking Up with Cardinal Weather. I anchored during my sophomore, junior, and senior years. In fact, I graduated just a few months ago and started my professional career here in Fort Wayne as a reporter at WPTA, which is the ABC and NBC station. I just wanted to take a moment and say happy 5th birthday to Waking Up with Cardinal Weather. My time there at the show was so much fun. Not only did I make a lot of memories, like failing at a field goal kicking competition and I fell flat. Yeah, that was not fun. But I also made a lot of friends, some of whom I work with here in Fort Wayne. So I just wanted to take a moment and say happy 5th birthday to Waking Up with Cardinal Weather. It's great to see that you guys are still doing some awesome work there. Back to you guys there in Muncie. Take care.
Thank you, Tyler. Now, so many alumni have made a huge impact on this program, and we'll take a minute to look back at some of our favorite memories in just a bit. But first, let's talk about the packed alumni have on homecoming here on campus. Grace, Phillip, and Hope are back outside of the Alumni Center right now to talk about tailgating options for this week's game.
Thanks again, Anna. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the game on Saturday and the tailgates. Have you guys been out here for the tailgates?
I actually have. This year is my first year of tailgates. They're a lot of fun. You definitely get to meet a lot of new people, so that's one of my favorite things about tailgating this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be my first tailgate since I've been at Ball State, and I know last year was a little bit different because of COVID. I wasn't able to go out to any tailgates, and I didn't make it to any football games last year.
Yeah, well, my first ever tailgate was actually a Ball State homecoming game. It was 45 degrees out, and I was in a t-shirt and jeans. So hopefully it's going to be a little bit warmer, and I'm going to be a little bit better prepared for the weather.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be warmer than that for sure. We'll be in the 50s. A little bit of sunshine, definitely better than today's weather because we have that occasional drizzle for today, but definitely get some sunshine and about 50-degree weather.
And I know my favorite part of football games, actually for me, are all of the games that are surrounding the game. The first week of the season, one of my best friends got to play golf with Charlie Cardinal, and that was super fun. And obviously, the fight song after a win is one of my favorite spots.
For
what
sure.
About you guys?
You know, since I haven't been to one yet, I'll be checking out what it's like tomorrow. I'm hoping, I know it's going to be fun. I mean, come on. Charlie and the team.
Has to be fun.
Yeah. I like hearing the marching band. That's one of my favorite things. You know, them playing all their songs, their halftime show, their pregame show. They really do a great job out there.
And here, the Ball State University Alumni Association is hosting the Charlietown tailgate.
sorry. That'll be starting at 1:30 on Saturday in West Lawn of the Alumni Center.
They're going to have food, music, and giveaways, so make sure to stop by.
And there will also be the Ball State cheerleaders, marching band. Our very own Charlie Cardinal will also be out there. And some of the Code Red dancers as well.
Along with President Mearns and Athletic Director Beth Getz, who will be arriving around 2:30. This is the last Charlietown tailgating event of the football season.
So you want to make sure you come out, you wear your Ball State gear, you support the team, and you
chirp, chirp.
Thanks, guys, and thanks, Charlie Cardinal, for getting us all in the spirit here this morning for homecoming. I know for a lot of us here on campus, this is our first since COVID. Last year, we could not have one. And I know everyone's getting in the spirit for this big event coming tomorrow. And Ball State isn't the only ones with big plans. The Muncie Animal Care and Service is planning an event for the end of the month and as always, they have some wonderful pets up for adoption. So let's go ahead and introduce you to this week's Adopt a Paw segment. And this week on our Adopt a Paw segment, we're highlighting a cat that will do anything for your attention. Let's say hello to Shay. She is 10 years young and absolutely loves meeting new people. Although she does prefer to be a single pet, she'll do just fine making some human friends. One of her favorite activities is to curl up on a couch and chill out. And since Shay is a senior, her adoption fee is waived. If you're interested in adopting Shay or any other pet, you can head over to the MAC's website at cityofmuncie.com. And that is not the only animal we are going to be seeing with the MACS. As Halloween starts to creep up upon us, Muncie Animal Care and Service is hosting a spooktacular event, and it's all part of their mission to get as many pets adopted. MACS is hosting a Paws and Pumpkins Trunk or Treat event. It's taking place Saturday, October 30th from 2 to 5 in the shelter's parking lot. There will be plenty of activities for the kids, including a costume contest, face painting, and much more. Of course, on-site adoption will be available, as well as reduced adoption fees.
Had a lot of really good response from the event, so this is our first time actually doing something like this. It's Halloween themed, so I feel pretty good about it. So we usually have pretty good turnout, so we're really looking forward to it. The weather's not supposed to be bad. Most of it will be set up kind of out in the parking lot, but again, we will be open for adoptions as well.
Again, if you want to learn more about the Trunk or Treat event, you can head over to their Facebook page. And here on set, we are not breaking out the Halloween candy quite yet, but we may be getting out some birthday cake this morning. We've been talking about it all morning, but today is Cardinal Weather's 5th birthday, so we just wanted to take one more minute to reflect on some of our favorite moments from the last 5 years.
Good morning,
Hello,
guys.
everyone. How are we doing?
Yeah, good morning.
Good Friday morning to you.
Good morning, everyone.
And a good Friday morning to you.
Good Friday morning to you.
Good Friday morning to you.
You're waking up with Cardinal Weather.
If you're wanting to celebrate homecoming this week, there are still several events going on. This afternoon, you can watch the bed races on Riverside Avenue starting at noon. On Saturday, the Chase Charlie 5K kicks off at 9:45, and the homecoming parade starts at 10 in the morning. Plus, the biggest event of homecoming week, the Cardinals face off against Miami of Ohio at Saturday at 3:30 in the afternoon. Tailgating will start at 1:30 outside of Schumann Stadium. And Ryan, let's get one final look at that homecoming weather.
Yes, we can get a final look at that homecoming weather, and we're going to see that it's going to be dry for that Saturday. Unfortunately, we're not going to have any more dry days after tomorrow because we're going to see temperatures only in the 60s and rain chances all week.
Well, Ryan, thank you. And that's all for Cardinal Weather this Friday morning. Thanks for joining us. We hope you can get out and enjoy the rest of Ball State's homecoming week. We'll see you next Friday.